Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even know I was streaming. Let me just check. When did I start? So I didn't even know I was streaming. Okay, 1 second. I have to change window. There we go. I'm at 220. So I think there's about 130 verses left. Oh, it's the end of Adi Li Lam. Okay, here we go. About 150 verses left. Here we go. One day, Goswami was at the house of Shri Vasa with Nityananda, the two brothers dancing. The son of Shri Vasa had gone to the other world, but no grief was born in the mind of Shri Vasa. In the mouth of the dead boy were words of wisdom, and the two brothers themselves became the sons of Shri Vasa. Then he gave a boon to all the Bhagatas. He gave the remains of his food to Narayanui, and honored her. A Yavana tailor was sewing the clothing of Shri Vasa, and Prabhu showed to him his own form. Calling, I have seen, he became mad. In love, he danced, and he became foremost among Vaishnavas. In possession, Prabhu asked Shri Vasa for a flute. Shri Vasa said, "The gopis have stolen your flute." Hearing this, Prabhu, absorbed, said, "Tell me, tell me." And Shri Vasa described the rasa of the Leela of Vrindavana. At first it described the sweetness of Vrindavana, and on hearing it, the joy increased in the mind of Prabhu. Again and again, Prabhu said, "Speak, speak." And again, Shri Vasa detailed the matter. The attraction of the gopis, Again and again, Prabhu said, "Speak, speak." And again, Shri Vasa detailed the matter. The attraction of the gopis to the forest at the playing of the flute, and the roaming about in the forest with them all. And he described the Leela of the 6 seasons, and told of the drinking of the honey in the Rasa festival, and the playing in the water. And while listening in great delight, Prabhu said, "Speak on, speak." Shri Vasa then spoke of the activities of the rasa producing rasa, dance. While speaking and listening it became morning, and Prabhu in great pleasure embraced Shri Vasa. Then in the house of the Acharya, he made the Krishna Leela, and Prabhu became himself the true form of Rukminui. Sometimes Durga, sometimes Lakshmi, he became the Chitta Shakti. Sitting on the cot, he gave Brahma Bhakti to the Bhagatas. One day, when Mahaprabhu was fatigued from dancing, a Brahmana woman came and held his feet. She took the dust from his feet again and again, and seeing this, Prabhu was infinitely sad. Then Prabhu ran and plunged into the Ganga, and Nityananda and Haridasa caught him and pulled him out. He passed that night at the house of Vijaya Acharya, and in the morning, all the Bhagatas brought him back to his house. One day he was sitting in his house in the Gopi Bhava, and in a fit of dejection he pronounced the word Gopi, Gopi. A student came to see Prabhu, and hearing the word Gopi, Gopi, he began to say, "Why do you not take the name of Krishna? The name of Krishna is blessed. What merit is there in saying Gopi, Gopi?" Hearing this, Prabhu became very angry and vomited abuse on Krishna, and seizing a stick he rose up to beat the student. In fear, the student ran away, and Prabhu ran after him. In great confusion, the Bhagatas restrained Prabhu. When they had pacified him, they brought him to his own house, and the student fled to the place where all the students were. There were 1,000 students there in that place, and having gone there, the twice-born told the story of Prabhu. Hearing it, all the students became very angry, and altogether they abused. Hearing it, All the students became very angry, and altogether they abused Prabhu. This Nimai has this Nimai has despoiled the whole country by himself. He wants to beat Brahmanas without fear for Dharma. If he does this again, we shall beat him. He's only a man. What can he do? In their vilification of Prabhu, all their sense was lost, nor was it evident even among those who were well read and learned. The students were arrogant, without any humility, and wherever they went, they vilified and laughed at Prabhu. The all-knowing Goswami knew the misery of all of them, and sitting in his house, he thought on how to effect the release of all of them. So many teachers and their pupils, followers of Dharma, of Kaima, Sankirtapas, calumniers, wicked people. All these are abusers and in opposition to me. If I do not cause them to take bhakti, they cannot take it. I have come to save, but the reverse has occurred. How will the welfare of all these evil people be brought about? If they bow to me, their sins are destroyed. But he takes bhakti, If they bow to me, their sins are destroyed. But he takes bhakti, whom I cause to take it. Those who rant against me and do not show respect, all these jivas I shall certainly save. Thus I must certainly take samnyasa. They will bow to me as a samnyasin who is to be honored. They will have to bow, and in this their transgressions will be wiped away. I shall cause bhakti to arise in their stainless hearts. Then all these disbelievers will be saved. There is no other way. This means is the best. Having made this firm decision, Prabhu was still living at home when Keshava Bharati came to Nadiya city. Prabhu made obeisance to him and extended to him an invitation. After he fed him, he made this request. You are Ishvara, the manifest Narayana. Be merciful and deliver me from samsara. Bharati replied, You are Ishvara, indwelling in all hearts. What you cause me to do, that I will do. I have no will of my own. So saying, Bharati Goswami went to Katoyan. So saying, Bharati Goswami went to Katoyan. And Mahaprabhu went there and became a samnyasin. And with him Nityananda and Chanandara Shekhara. And with him Nityananda and Chanandara Shekhara Acharya and Mukunanda Datta. These three perform all the needed duties. Thus the sutras of the Adi Lila have been recounted. Vrindavan Dasa has described it all in full detail. I have trouble speaking. Thus the sutras of the Adi Lila have been recounted. Vrindavan Dasa has described it all in full detail. I have to read it again. Thus the sutras of the Adi Lila have been recounted. Vrindavan Dasa has described it in all. Thus the sutras of the Adi Lila have been recounted. Vrindavan Dasa has described it all in full detail. The son of Yashoda became the son of Shachi, and he tasted Bhagata Bhava of 4 kinds. To taste his own sweetness, the Prema Rasa of Radha, in the Radha Bhava, his body has become beautiful. In the Gopi Bhava, in which Prabhu was often gripped, he considered Brajendranandana as his own beloved. This is the most firm ascertainment of the Gopika Bhava. There is none other except for Brajendranandana. He has a dark beauty, ornamented with peacock feathers and gunja flowers, in a cowherd's dress, body bent in Tripanganga, a flute in his mouth. If Kurushana has any other form except for this one, the Gopika Bhava does not approach him. Shloka 8. Rupa Goswami means Lalita Madhavam 614. What learned man is able to understand the process of the bhava of the gopis, devoted to the Lord of cattle, scion of Nananda, who passes along paths difficult to comprehend? It is wonderful that when he appears in his Vishnu body, with its four all-conquering arms, endowed with radiance, the wave of their passion dissipated. In the springtime, he made a rasa lila on Govardhana. In the springtime, he made a rasa lila on Govardhana, and he disappeared, with Radha having given a sign. He was sitting in a lonely Nikunja grove, watching the path for Radha, and a company of gopis came there to search. Seeing Kurushana from a distance, the gopis cried, "Look here, Brajanandara Nanandana within the Kunja grove." Seeing the gopis, Kurushana became disturbed. He could not hide. He was paralyzed with fear. So he assumed the four-armed multi and remained sitting there. Looking for Kurushana, the gopis came near him and said, "This is not Kurushana, this is the multi of Narayana." And so saying that, all prostrated themselves and praised him. Āmēn, O Narayana, O Deva, be gracious to us, grant us Kurushana's company, destroy our dejection. So saying and making obeisance, the gopis went away. At the same time, Radha came and showed herself. When he saw Radha to play a joke on her, he tried to retain the four-armed form. The two of his arms disappeared before Radha. Kurushana attempted many times, but he could not retain them. This is the unimaginable wonder of the pure bhava of Radha, which made Kurushana retain his natural two-armed. Shloka 9. Rupa Goswami means Ujujubalani Lamani Namanui. Ujujubalani Namani. Ujujubalani Lamanui. 5-7. At the beginning of the rasa, Hari hid in the Kunja grove. Seeing the doe-eyed gopis, he concealed his own form, understanding its arrestive beauty. And majestically displayed. Going back. At the beginning of the rasa, Hari hid in the Kunja grove. Seeing the doe-eyed gopis, he concealed his own form, understanding its arrestive beauty, and majestically displayed. But because of the greatness of the love of Radha, that source of strength and power, Hari's four-armed form disappeared, and he was not able to sustain it. That Brajashivara is the father, Jagannatha. That Brajashivari is the mother, Shachi Devi. That son of Nananda, he is Caitanya Goswami. And that Baladeva is his brother Nityananda. That Nityananda, replete with the three bhavas of Vadasalya, Dasya, Sakhya, is the companion of Kurushana Caitanya. He causes the world to float in Brahma Bhagati, nor are people able to understand his actions. Advaita Acharya Goswami is the Bhagata Avatara, who brought about the incarnation of Kurushana to propagate Bhagati. Sakhya and Dasya, these bhavas, were his by nature. Sometimes Prabhu treated him as a guru. Shri Vasa and the others, so many Bhagatas of Mahaprabhu, they served Shri Vasa and the others, so many Bhagatas of Mahaprabhu, they served Caitanya according to their own bhavas. And such Rasa and Panandvaita Goswami and the others, that by that Rasa Prabhu was conquered. That one was Shyama in color, a flute in his mouth, and the lover of the gopis. This one is golden, sometimes I'm gonna read it again. That one was Shyama in color, a flute in his mouth, the lover of the gopis. This one is golden, sometimes Brahmana, sometimes Samnyasin. Thus in himself Prabhu held to the Gopi Bhava and called Vrajanandaranandana as Lord of my heart. He was Kurushana, he was a Gopi, the highest paradox. Most impenetrable are the unimaginable actions of Prabhu. Let no one argue this or entertain a doubt. Like this is the Achinantya Shakti of Kurushana. The activities of Kurushana Chaitanya are unthinkable and wonderful. Marvelous are his bhavas, his qualities and his activities. He who does not honor him because of logical argument is an evildoer. He rots in hell, and there is no salvation for him. Okay. Shloka 10. Rupa Goswami means Bhagatira Samaro Dasinin 2593. The bhavas are inscrutable. Logic cannot touch them. Thus to all these logic cannot be applied, for what is beyond material nature is defined as incomprehensible. He who has faith in this wonderful Caitanya Leela goes to his place beside the feet of Caitanya. Thus the essence of the things to be attained has been discoursed upon, and pure bhakti is his who has listened to it. If we recapitulate what has been written in the book, then we taste the meaning of that book. We see that this was the practice of Vyasa in the Bhagavata. Having told a story, he recapitulates it. I can't say recapitulate. Wow. I'm gonna take a break and finish up. I need some help. I need help. So I have help. Indica is my help. Lucifer and his friend. Lucifer has a friend. Here we go. If we recapitulate what has been written in the book, then we taste the meaning of that book. We see that this was the practice of Vyasa in the Bhagavata. Having told a story, he recapitulates it time and time again. Thus let us enumerate the chapters of the Adi Leela. In the first chapter, I have made the Mangala Charana. In the second chapter was the investigation and ascertainment of the Chaitanya Tatatva, that Brajanandaranandana, who is Svayam Bhagavan, is Chaitanya Kurushana, the son of Shachi. In the third chapter, the ordinary cause of his birth, the In the third chapter, the ordinary cause of his birth, the giving of Brahma, and the Kurashana name have been described. In the fourth chapter, I have spoken of the basic necessity of his birth, and in the fourth chapter, I have spoken of the basic necessity of his birth, the tasting of the rasa of Brahmananda of his own sweetness. In the fifth was the determination of the Shri Nityananda Tattva, that Nityananda is Rama, the son of Rohinui. In the sixth chapter was a discussion of the Advaita Tattva, Advaita Acharya, the Avatara of Mahavishnu. In the seventh chapter was an explanation of the Panchatattva, the five who together gave the gift of Brahma. In the eighth was the cause of the description of the Caitanya Leela, and in it also was the description of the great power of a single Kurashana name. I want to read it again. In the eighth was the cause of the description of the Caitanya Leela, and in it also was the description of the great power of a single Kurashana name. In the ninth was the description of the wishing tree of Bhakti, that tree nourished by the gardener Caitanya. In the 10th was the enumeration of the branches growing from the main trunk, and the fruit distributed among the branches. In the 11th was the description of the Nityananda branches, and in the 12th the description of the branches on the trunk of Advaita. In the 13th was described the birth of Mahaprabhu, and the birth of Prabhu with the Kurashana name. In the 14th, something has been said of the Baalya Leela, and in the 15th, the Bhagavananda Leela has been discussed in brief. In the 16th chapter has been some mention of the Kaishwara Leela, and in the 17th chapter I've especially treated the Yavana Leela. These 17 chapters complete the Adi Leela, and the first 12 of these are the introduction to the book. In 5 chapters, the actions of the 5 rasas. I have spoken of them very briefly. I have not expanded upon them. Purunanda Dasa in his Chaitanya Mangala has expanded upon them, according to the command of Nityananda. The Leela of Shri Kurashana Chaitanya is wonderful and infinite. Brahma, Shiva, and Sheshu never find an end to it. He who has listened to that part which has been spoken is blessed, and quickly will Shri Kurashana Chaitanya meet him. Shri Kurashana Chaitanya, Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Vasa, Gadadhara, and the rest, so many hosts of Bhagatas, to all those who live in Vrindavana, I bow my head and hold their feet. The feet of Shri Svarupa, Shri Rupa, Shri Sanatana, Shri Raghunatha Dasa, and Shri Jiva, I hold upon my head in obeisance. My hope is eternally in them. Kurashana Dasa thus tells of the nectar of the acts. Kurashana Dasa thus tells of the nectar of the acts of Caitanya, the Caitanya Charitamrita. End of Adi Leela. Namaste. That's it. Thank you. I'm supposed to go skateboarding. I don't think I can. Alright, have a good day. Namaste. If I'm not skateboarding today, I might do ASMR chanting later at 6:15. I'll think about it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Shakha. Shalom.